passionate, driven, enthusiastic, euphoric. This is who we are as entrepreneurs. But how we leverage these incredible attributes to dream and build businesses that scale and grow is what this podcast is all about. Hello, I'm attorney-preneur Josh Brown, and welcome to Franchise Euphoria. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Franchise Euphoria, the first episode in 2017. How awesome is that? And it's even extra special today because I've got my oldest daughter, Sophia Rose Brown, here at work with me today. It's a little daddy-daughter work day. Say hi, Sophie.
Hi.
So we're going to make 2017 the best year yet, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things you're looking forward to in 2017?
Well, I'm going to move into a new house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do?
I'm going to get to paint my new room.
That is fantastic. High five. There we go. So those are just a couple things that Sophia is excited about for 2017. What I want to talk to you guys about today is how you're going to make 2017 the best year yet for your business. If your life is anything like mine, 2016 has been crazy busy. And as we move forward into the new year, now is a great opportunity to set new goals. A lot of people set personal goals like I want to lose weight. I know for myself I could lose a few pounds. Or you want to maybe stop a bad habit or save more money is a common one. But as a business owner, I want to challenge you to set professional goals as well. This time last year, Stephanie, one of my associates in my office, wrote a blog entry about setting New Year's resolutions for your small business. And in September, I challenged you to check in on your goals for 2016. So, how did it go? But in this podcast, I want to take the opportunity to set out a couple of ways that you can work to make 2017 your best year yet. One of the things I absolutely love about my job is that I get to help my clients achieve their own business goals. For a lot of people, owning a business is a lifelong dream. It takes a certain level of passion, drive, dedication, and determination to step out onto your own path towards small business ownership. But if you are like me, you'll most likely find some contentment when you go from dreaming about owning your own business to building that business from the ground up and eventually growing that business outward. With that in mind, let's look at a few ways you can start 2017 on the right foot. How's that sound, Sophie?
Good.
Awesome. All right. First of all, let's just break this down and keep it simple. Look for the right opportunity. I mean, in the business world, there are an unlimited number of opportunities available. This number gets bigger every day that you continue as an entrepreneur in your business. As you start to have success, as you start to experience new things, more opportunities come about. And sometimes people find the vast number of opportunities to be overwhelming, to be intimidating. It prohibits them from making a decision or are fearful of making the wrong decision. So finding the right opportunity for you really depends on a variety of factors, including where you are on your journey to becoming a business owner. As an example, if you don't currently own your own business, then maybe 2017 will be the year that you start to develop a clear business plan towards that goal. Maybe this will be the year that you work with other people, you work on your own to figure out what is it that you want to achieve. I mean, you might be one of those folks that's been in a long time career. Maybe you're in the corporate world, and maybe for years and years you've been dying to want to go out and start your own business. Well, now's the year to really, let's flesh that out a little bit. But the first step in doing that is figuring out what you truly want. Because once you figure out what you truly want, then you can start identifying the specific steps as to how you can achieve it. Of course, if you already own and operate your business, there's still plenty of opportunities, of course, for growth that you can seek out during 2017. The key opportunity to look for is one that will help you build a strong foundation for your future business growth for years to come. So, you need to look for areas within your business where you see potential. Maybe there's a market sector that's being underserved. Maybe there's a way that you can offer additional value or convenience to your current customer base. Or maybe there's an area of your business that isn't quite what you thought it was going to be. Maybe it's not profitable. And instead of focusing on that in 2017 to try to get it profitable, why don't you put it off to the side and focus on the things that are actually working? I see a lot of business owners make the mistake of repeating the same thing over and over again that doesn't work. If it's not working for your business, surely there are things that are working. You have a much better chance of success if you focus on the things that are working and put the things that aren't working at least off the table for the time being. You need to make a plan. So the best way to start out 2017 on the right foot, again, is to make a plan. Now, this might seem obvious to some people, but ask yourself whether you made a plan for your business in 2016. I suspect that a lot of you would say, well, I thought about it, but it never quite happened. I mean, I meant to have a plan. I had a plan in my head, right, Sophia?
Yeah.
But if you just have a plan in your head and you don't write it down, it's not that helpful, is it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So, I mean, as entrepreneurs, we have a lot of ideas. We have a lot of thoughts. We have a lot of things running through our head. It's time to write those down. And when you write those down, it's much easier to then look back on them, see if you had achieved the type of goals that you had hoped to achieve. For example, let's say you have a goal to increase your yearly sales revenue. What steps can you take to make this happen? Name them, write them down. That simple process of writing things down as part of making a plan really can get you over the hump and can give you something solid, that tangible piece of paper, or looking at your computer at that tangible goal to really help not only remind you of where you're going, but help you find a good way to get there. Next thing is, I want you to keep innovating in 2017. I think a lot as entrepreneurs, there's different phases of our businesses. So there's the startup phase where you just get going and you really try to throw everything up against the wall, see what sticks, see what works, and then you hopefully don't do the things that don't work and you continue to focus on the things that do work. But as you grow as a business, as you go from building a foundation to now expanding your business, you need to always be thinking about how you're going to continually innovate your business, whether it's your business process, whether it's your product, whether it's the services, whether it's how you relate to customers, whether it's your branding, whether it's the customer experience. I mean, all these things have to continually be innovative and you have to be innovating in how you offer them. Now, that doesn't mean you need to reinvent the wheel every single year. You don't need to take the good things that are working and throw them out just for the sake of innovating. But you do need to have a good sense of how things are working. You need to be in good touch with your customers, and you need to have a good, clear idea of things that can be tweaked, how you can make things better. I see a lot of people make the mistake of saying, well, things have been working just fine, so I'm just going to continue in the exact same way. And while there's some value in that, for sure, I mean, certainly if you're doing something that's working, you want to continue to do it. But surely there's always ways to improve. I mean, not once have I ever said in my business, well, boy, I think I've got this all figured out. No, in fact, I'm constantly looking at things that I can improve upon, constantly looking at ways in which I can provide more value. And a big part of that is through innovation and thinking about ways in which you can do things better. So, as we get into 2017, I want you to focus on looking for the right opportunity, making a plan to attack that opportunity, and then thinking of ways that you can innovate on those opportunities so that you can create a business that's long lasting. That's the goal of this podcast. We want to help business-minded people create businesses that grow and prosper. We want you to go from dreaming about a business to starting a business to growing a business. That's what we're all about at Franchise Euphoria. Of course, franchising is a great way in our minds to grow a business, but it's only one of many ways. And part of this podcast as well is here to help you understand the difference between franchising licensing, and other growth mechanisms. So, wow, that was a lot of information. What'd you think of that, Sophia?
It was very good.
It was good, but there's probably ways I could do better next time, right? Yeah, I thought so too. So until the next time, happy franchising. Say bye, Sophie.
Bye. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year, of course.
Thanks for being with us today on the Franchise Euphoria podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go to iTunes and provide a review. Also, please remember that although Josh Brown is a licensed and practicing attorney, nothing contained in this podcast should be construed as legal advice, because it is not. The information contained in this podcast is general and educational in nature, and none of it should be relied upon as legal advice. That being said, if you have questions for Josh and would like to contact him, please email him at josh@franchiseeuphoria.com. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you tune in to our next weekly episode.